Hello and welcome to my channel. I am the Western Viking and today I'll be doing a review for Spider-Man No Way Home. This movie has been out for over a month now, so this will be a spoiler review. If you still have not seen the movie by now, this is your warning. Now that we have got that out of the way, let's get started with the review. Spider-Man No Way Home. This is the third Spider-Man movie in the MCU starring Tom Holland as Spider-Man. When I first saw this movie, I was blown away. I really loved it. To be honest, Tom Holland was never my favorite Spider-Man. His previous two movies, Homecoming and Far From Home, were not really my cup of tea. I think his character was a nice addition to the Infinity Saga, but his standalone movies I found to be a bit poor. This movie, however, far exceeded my expectations. The stakes in this movie are much higher than in the previous ones. The story is simple, but certainly enjoyable. There are also a lot of nostalgia bombs in there, lots of fan service for sure. Like when Norman Osborn says, "I'm something of a scientist myself," or when Tobey Maguire talks about his back. That was fan service, but hey, it works. Fan service isn't necessarily a bad thing. This movie knows how to hit the sweet spots with its audience, and it succeeds. And let's talk about that. All the people showing up in this movie is crazy. When I first saw the trailer and we saw Doc Ock saying "Hello Peter" and we heard the Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin laugh, I was really hyped. Those guys delivered on screen for sure. Seeing Dr. Octopus again, seeing the Green Goblin again, man. As a kid I loved the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, even the third movie. I don't know why people hate on it so much. It's actually my favorite one of the three. There were a lot of familiar faces in this movie, starting with J.K. Simmons. His portrayal of J. Jonah Jameson in the Sam Raimi trilogy was larger than life.
Big party for an American hero. My son, the astronaut.
But could you pay me in advance?
You serious?
And actually, in this movie, he plays a rather minor role. And not because he is bad, but just because everyone else in this movie is spot on. Seeing all those guys again was great. Also, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield being in the movie was very nice. I wish I could have seen it for the first time and be surprised about it, but unfortunately some idiots leaked a lot of spoilers on YouTube in my recommended feed. So that was ruined. Nonetheless, seeing them again was great. Everyone was mostly hyped to see Tobey again, but actually, I have to say, Andrew Garfield was surprisingly good in this movie. He was always the least favorite Spider-Man, with notoriously bad Spider-Man movies, but in this one he really shined. His acting was on point. It was so good that there are many rumors going around now that Sony will be making an Amazing Spider-Man 3, maybe even starring Venom, or a Venom 3 movie starring Andrew Garfield. I never knew I wanted that, but after watching this movie, let's go for it. If they do it right, that movie will be another big success. Talking about Venom. That's the only small thing I found disappointing about the movie. In Venom 2, we saw him in the end credits with a tease for an encounter with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. But then he never really showed up in this movie. Except for in the end credits, where he gets beamed back to another universe. I found that a bit poorly executed. I don't know why they did that, but it must have something to do with those complicated negotiations between Disney and Sony. In this movie we had 5 villains: Sandman, Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, Electro and the Lizard. If they had fully included Venom in it, it would have been 6 villains. 6. Like in Sinister 6? Even the music at times sounded very sinister, leaving me to think they had initially planned for a Sinister 6 movie, but then Sony must have changed the deal in some way.
I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
Especially now that there are rumors that Sony will be doing a Sinister 6 movie in their own universe. I don't know. Anyway, everyone was great in this movie. Not only the big nostalgia bombers like Tobey Maguire and Willem Dafoe, but also Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, Jamie Foxx as Electro, etc. All of them delivered great performances. Even Tom Holland's acting really stood out in this movie. He has improved a lot since he first appeared in Civil War. When Aunt May died, that was very good acting from both her and Tom Holland. People were crying in the theater, so that was a good and emotional performance. I wonder where they will go next with his story. Now that everyone forgot who he is, what will happen in the greater MCU scheme? So many possibilities. Venom left a bit of the symbiote behind, so we'll be seeing another version of Venom at one point. Not sure if I want that though, since Tom Hardy is so good at playing Venom. But never underestimate Kevin Feige. Marvel Studios almost always delivers great movies, so we'll just have to wait and see. I do have one more interesting thing that I want to mention as well. Something I have been thinking about. You know, when they cured all of the bad guys, for most of them it was a good thing. Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus, they're better off cured for themselves and for everyone else. The Lizard and Electro, they are better off cured for everyone else's sake, but curing the Sandman doesn't really help anyone. Think about it. Flint Marko redeemed himself at the end of Spider-Man 3, but now that he hasn't got his powers anymore and he is sent back to his world, he will not be able to escape the cops anymore. They will catch him and put him back in prison for murder. Even though he and Toby are on good terms, the law will still put him back in prison, so I don't see how they helped him at all. The movie dealt with a lot of things, so I'm sure there are more plot holes or retcons like that I haven't noticed. Are there things like that you noticed? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm interested to hear your opinions on the movie. So, what is my overall conclusion? Some things in the movie didn't fully add up, but overall I really enjoyed watching the movie. It far exceeded my expectations. Assembling all those actors together was marvelous, and they delivered great performances. The ones in charge always make sure you have a good time and they put their time and effort into making something good. In this movie, there was a lot of respect to the fans from the filmmakers, which is important, and we should appreciate them for that, because not all directors respect the fans. Everything considered, I would give this movie a solid 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more great content. Subscribing to my channel really helps me out in growing my channel. So again, thank you for watching and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!